And now there is a product prerequisite check whereby it checks whether you got proper memory, whether you got proper virtual memory, everything. If anything gets failed, it's visible directly here. See, it's checking for Oracle home compatibilities. Then it checks for whether the memory is okay. Okay, the memory expected was 256 and it had 502 MB of RAM. It also checks whether the operating system is okay, whether all the required patches are present or not, everything. And then after that is complete, it shows succeeded, everything is succeeded here. If anything fails out here, it immediately displays it here and it won't continue the installation. And then after that, you click on next. And thus the Oracle installation continues. You also need to set your virtual memory and temporary space, that you can change it by going to the control panel, systems, you might have to increase the virtual memory because the default virtual memory is lesser. So I'll just show you how it is done. Click on advanced, click on performance settings, and here click on advanced, and here you specify what is the virtual memory. So the default is smaller in size, so right now I increased to 1600 GB. So there would be an error when you are trying to install Oracle database for telling us to increase the size of virtual memory, and this is how you increase the size of virtual memory. Additionally, it might even ask you to change your temporary settings folder. So for that, you go in here and here you specify what is your temp folder destination. So now you see the installation of Oracle database is in progress. It starts from 0 and there is a log file being generated. If there are any errors encountered, it would be stored in this log file. That is program files, Oracle inventory logs. So there the log files are being generated. While Oracle is installing, it displays you the various features in 10G, various new features in 10G. For example, it shows you like you got facilities like flashback, flashback on transaction tables, flashback recovery area, flashback query. So it displays those facilities while it's installing, and we have to wait till it's 100%. That database installation progress bar is 100%. Something new in Oracle 10G is the automatic storage management feature. What it does is when you create a data file, the file structure is automatically determined. So when you drop a data file, automatically those files are dropped. So the file management becomes easier, and also by using automatic storage management, you enhance the performance on hard disk. Like it will help you like in cases like, for example, you add an additional hard disk, bring an additional hard disk to your existing server. ASM will automatically move the data files from the existing hard disk to the other new hard disk. So ASM is a very powerful feature, and in the video which I provide, we have gone in depth in ASM. ASM is also used in real application cluster. Real application cluster is a facility whereby you add more CPU powers to your Oracle databases by having more computers. You can just add more computer power to your existing database. So suppose you got two servers. So two servers could combinedly run together your existing database with the intention to improve the performance of the database. You see here, it shows that feature of real application cluster. And there is also automatic workload repository management. That's also a very unique feature in 10G. What happens is, there is a repository where all statistics related information is stored. So it is not like how it was in 8i where you used to run stats pack whenever there was a problem, because every 1 hour the information from the Oracle database is stored into a workload repository table. That is also one of the new feature in 10G. One of the other important feature in 10G is a self-managing database, which means previously DBA, like if there was a problem, you need to previously in version 8, Oracle 8 and all, like a DBA need to identify the problem, where is the problem, and then find a solution for the problem. But in Oracle 10G, by using automatic workload repository, etc., the database is self-managing, which means it will automatically identify the problem and it will give you the recommendation of what you need to do to improve the performance. Also, it has got many proactive space management features. Like for example, your table space, there is a concept of table space where your data is filled, and normally the database used to get hanged. So you could say like, okay, when your table space is filled, automatically email or alert the DBA. So all those things are provided in 10G itself, and it can do corrective actions depending on the type of problem it faces. So that's why Oracle 10G is a self-managed database. It does reduce the work of DBA a lot. So an older Oracle 8 DBA, he would use a longer method, while 10G just automates most of the process. This is one of the most important feature of Oracle 10G. One of the important thing in 10G is Apex, Oracle Apex, and these Apex applications are web-centric applications. Oracle has facilities also for very large databases, for creating very large databases, facilities for creating large databases, large table spaces. You can create very large table spaces. There are facilities for that in 10G. Additionally, for business intelligence, it has got some class called the SQL model class. It also has got features of change data capture, which we'll be showing you in these video courses.